First story. All for nothing, one morning, the boss said to his housekeeper, "Boss, hey Paul, did you polish my shoes?" "Paul, sir, I figured there's no point. Even if I do, you'll just get them dirty again." The boss, slightly annoyed, puts on his coat and picks up his suitcase. "Boss, I'm leaving on a trip for a few days." "Paul, oh, should I expect some money for food while you're away?" "Boss, why bother? Even if you eat, you'll just get hungry again." Next story. Office workers in the park. A middle-aged woman was sitting on a bench to rest. A man around her age sat down beside her and asked, "Excuse me, are you an office worker by any chance?" Surprised, the woman replied, "Yes, I am. How did you know?" "You've got that blank, confused look on your face." Furious, the woman snapped back, "Your face looks blank and confused." The man sighed sadly, "Yeah, I work in an office too." Next story. She doesn't stand a chance. A teacher was explaining how society's standards of beauty have changed over time. He said to the class, "Let's take Miss America from 1931 as an example. She was 155 centimeters tall, weighed 49 kilograms, and her measurements were 7'6" for 8'1". Now, do you think she would stand a chance in today's beauty pageants?" One student quickly answered, "Absolutely not, sir." The teacher smiled and encouraged, "Interesting, why not? Can you give an example of how the standards have changed?" The student replied, "Well, for starters, she's way over the age limit now." Next story. Drinking at 30,000 feet. A passenger accidentally wandered into the cockpit during a flight. She was shocked to see the pilots casually sipping alcohol. Outraged, she exclaimed, "You're the pilots. How can you be drinking on the job? Why don't you drink juice or something?" The captain slowly looked up, slightly tipsy, and slurred, "Lady, do you really think juice would make us any less scared of being stuck up here in the sky?" Next story. The police interview. During a job interview for new police recruits, candidates were shown a portrait of a man and asked, "In our line of work, observation is everything. Tell us what you notice about this man." The first candidate stepped in, looked at the picture, and said, "Well, he only has one ear, rejected." The second candidate came in, took one glance, and said, "This guy's got just one ear, rejected." As the third candidate waited outside, the two rejected guys walked past him and whispered, "Hey man, don't mention the ear, he really doesn't like that." Grateful for the tip, the third candidate walked in, studied the photo carefully, and said, "This man wears contact lenses." The interviewer's eyes lit up. "Wow, that's impressive. How did you know that just from the picture?" The candidate smirked and replied, "Well, he only has one ear. How else would he wear glasses?" Next story. Thought the dead tapped my shoulder. A passenger sitting in the back seat of a taxi gently tapped the driver on the shoulder to ask a question. The driver suddenly screamed, swerved the car, and almost hit the curb. After taking a deep breath and calming down, the driver said, "Man, you scared the life out of me." The passenger apologized, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that." The driver replied, No, it's not your fault. It's just today's my first day driving a taxi. For the past 25 years, I drove a hearse." Next story. The picky shopper. A very picky woman walked into a shoe store. She spent hours trying on dozens of pairs, but none of them seemed quite right. Finally, she turned to the clerk and said, "You know what? I think the first pair I tried on was actually the best. Could you bring them back for me?" The clerk smiled politely and replied, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but another customer bought them 3 hours ago." Next story. A terrible secret. Terrible secret here, already 50 victims. Want to buy a paper? Sir, the passerby buys a copy and skims through it. Hey kid, there's no secret and no victims in this at all. Exactly, that's the terrible secret. And now you're the next victim. What extra? Terrible secret revealed. 51 victims and counting. Buy your paper now. Next story. Who gets the job? 3 contractors are invited to bid on repairing the fence at a government building. The first one, from Florida, takes measurements and says, "It'll cost $900. That's for $100 for materials, for $100 for labor, and $100 for me." The second, from Texas, measures and says, "I'll do it for $650. $600 for materials and labor, and $50 profit." The third, from New York, doesn't even look at the fence. He just smokes a cigar and says, $2,650. The official is shocked. What? You didn't even measure anything? The New Yorker leans in and whispers, "Relax, $1,000 for me, $1,000 for you." And we hire the guy from Texas to do the job for $650. Next story. The cop and the dentist, a police officer, sitting in the dentist's chair, suddenly screamed, "Are you out of your mind? You just pulled out my perfectly healthy molar." The dentist calmly replied, "Well, haven't you ever arrested the wrong guy?" Next story. It must be a woman. A comedian went to visit his friend, an abstract impressionist painter. As he stood quietly in front of a painting, staring at it in deep thought, the artist asked, "Do you understand what I've painted?" The comedian replied in a soft, almost reflective voice, "A woman." The artist lit up. "Exactly. I've expressed a woman through shapes and colors. Your ability to perceive art is truly impressive." The comedian smiled and shrugged. "Oh, it's nothing. Anytime I see something I can't understand, I just assume it's a woman." Next story. High position, 2 old friends met after a long time. After catching up, they began talking about work. "So how's your new job going?" "It's all right. I've got 70 people working beneath me." "Wow, congrats, got promoted." "Supervisor or assistant manager?" "Nah, still the same job. I just work on the 3rd floor now."